Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Indiana Hockey Broadcast Network. I'm your host, Owen McDonough. We're here at the Frank Southern Ice Arena for Game 1 of this two-game series between the Indiana Hoosiers and the Dayton Flyers. The Indiana Hoosiers are 19-5. That's not the only reason it's a special night here for Indiana hockey. It is also Hockey for Hunger here, sponsored by AGD, the sorority here at Indiana University. It's a packed house here at the Frank Southern Ice Arena. I'm sure everybody in the crowd is excited for Game 1 of this intense series. It's an important matchup also for the standings. Your Indiana Hoosiers are second in the TSDHL Southeastern rankings for all D2 teams in the ACHA League. And as long as they continue their stride throughout the end of the season, they'll be able to have a bye coming towards regionals, and that would be huge for the club. Last weekend, we saw this club face off against Michigan in a two-game series where they won both games. The first one a little bit more competitive than the second, being outdoor in Detroit. It was a 6-5 victory, and the Hoosiers were able to win Game 2 6-2, and a little bit more of a clean matchup from both sides, really. As in terms for Dayton, they played Xavier last weekend and split the two-game series. It was 2-3 night one, and night two they got the better of Xavier and won 8-0, and quite a flawless victory, one that we're not used to seeing for this Dayton squad. For player spotlights here for Indiana, we have none other than Ray Myers. One of the young defensemen on this squad has been phenomenal, both in terms of his defensive matchups and in the offensive zone, being able to score, as we saw last weekend, for the game-winning goal in overtime against Michigan. Another player that we're going to focus on is Nick Castricane, one of the fastest forwards for this club. He's been monumental, and whenever he gets going, the rest of the club seems to follow suit with him and get going, whether it be the intensity, the matchups that he faces with being able to have tape-to-tape passes, being able to clean up their checks and all. He's one of the focal points of this offense, and look for him to stay strong here tonight. As for Dayton, we have Tavian Parks, their starting goaltender. He has an .889 or 88.9% save percentage on the year, which doesn't seem too flawless, but he also saves 31 shots per game. He has a ton of shots come his way, and as long as they can hold and make his job easier, it'll be a intense matchup between him and Sammy Billis here tonight. We also have Thomas Rutherford, who's their leading point scorer with 10 goals and 12 assists here on the season. Last weekend, we saw him have a three-point game against Xavier in their second matchup out of the two-game series, and he was monumental and helped them push for their win last weekend. Now on to the keys for success, both for IU and Xavier. We have staying out of the box. Dayton had 6 power play goals in their second game last weekend. And if they didn't have those 6 power play goals, they would have only had 2 on the night. So for the Hoosiers, they got to stay out of the box, keep things at even strength, and try to find themselves up a man rather than giving themselves down a man. Their second key for success is never let off the gas. The Hoosiers were a little bit sloppy in the second and third period of last weekend's matchup against Michigan. They had a solid lead, so they didn't really need to have any sort of urgency. But now with each matchup meaning more and more as we go throughout the season, expect them to stay on the gas pedal and not let up for any goals. Now on to Dayton, we have clean clears. We want to limit the amount of time that the puck is in their defensive zone, make sure the job is easier on their goaltender, and have as much offensive possession as they can get here tonight. The second goal is to always have someone in front of the net, in front of Sammy Billis. The Hoosiers are pretty good on defense. Sammy Billis is also one of the best goaltenders in their regional rankings. And for them to have a good chance, they need to cause congestion and make it hard on Billis. If you can make him lose side of the puck, he should have a little bit more troubles than he's had in previous matchups against lower opponents. But when the congestion is in front of the net, he seems to struggle a little bit, and that's really one of the only fallacies that he has in his game. We'll be back in a few minutes with Garrett and Goose for the puck drop at the first period.
And welcome into the Frank Southern Ice Arena here in Bloomington, Indiana. I'm Garrett Drake alongside Andrew Gus. You saw Owen McDonough for the pregame. And Goose, we've got a matchup against the Dayton Flyers today, a weekend series, home and home coming at you. Of course, it's a fun night here at the Frank Southern Ice Arena. Fundraiser going on. Give us more info about that.
Well, it's the sorority Alpha Gamma Delta Harvest for Hunger food drive tonight. So lots of energetic people here tonight at the Frank Southern, and a lot of donations as well going to a great cause. So a win-win situation tonight. We've got Hoosier hockey tonight, some TSCHL League match play, and the Dayton Flyers, who is the visiting team tonight. 7-0-1 so far to start the semester, Garrett. They've been hot lately. The Hoosiers just coming off a sweep last weekend against Michigan. Should be a great eventful evening here tonight. Both
teams are going to be hungry for a couple victories this weekend, and as we inch ever so closer to the TSCHL tournament, every single one of these games becomes more crucial. Indiana was able to maintain the second ranking in the Southeast, but they were just percentage points ahead of Liberty.
And it's a very tight race as we get down to the last few games of the season. Every game matters, every shift matters, every play matters. So every time you're out there, you've got to give it 110%. And this team, a seasoned team with the playoffs, TSCHL, regionals, and now hopefully nationals, if they want to keep it a constant regular occurrence, they're going to have to really step up here tonight and make sure they get the job done, so when playoffs come around, they are ready to go.
And I think it's pretty fair to say that since we've came back from break, we've seen the good from this team recently, but towards the beginning we saw a little bit of the bad, and things did not look good when they got swept by Miami, but they've been able to really right the ship since then.
You're right, a few hard practices, and last weekend obviously we mentioned with that Michigan sweep coming off a good feeling. So the team's feeling good. Back at home here tonight, and nothing but good vibes.
We'll have the starting lineups and national anthem coming at you in just a couple minutes. Goose will be on the PA mic here in the Frank, and we'll be right back on the Indiana Hockey Broadcast Network. and welcome back. It's time for the pregame festivities. We'll send it rinkside to Andrew Gus. And a lovely performance of a live national anthem today, and we are just about set for puck drop here at the Frank. Dayton Flyers and the Indiana Hoosiers.
Here, I'll start up here.
Nick Castricane will take the opening draw for Indiana, and we are underway as the Hoosiers, dressed in black, move right to left. That one dumped in by kicker, goes behind the net of Tavian Parks. And it's time for action. From the point, McClure a shot. That one goes high over the crossbar, and the Hoosiers have it down low. Now McClure again flings that one towards the net, and it's grabbed by Tavian Parks, and he will hold on. We get our first whistle with 19:35 left in the first.
And Garrett, one of those games you're gonna have to get on top early and really try to beat down Dayton. You got a big crowd here tonight, a lot of things going your way. Getting that first goal is gonna be pretty big here tonight.
Again, it'll be Castricane in the far side dot in the attacking zone. That shot taken by Ryan Costin, making his return to the lineup. He got the start today as well after a leg injury he suffered earlier in the season. Great to see him back out there. Now here comes Slavin. He gets pushed off the puck on the near side, and now Indiana has to retreat. Costin takes the puck away and gives it back down to McClure. Here comes McClure up the near side. Takes it through everybody. As we're now over a minute in. Dayton having some troubles controlling the puck early on. It's been mostly Indiana with possession here. Brandenburg behind the net, skates back forward. He backhands that one up. And kicker takes a check in front of us. Now the Flyers with a shot on net. That one sent in by Brett Jones. And Davis Yeager's in hot pursuit of the puck, but it comes to a stall at center ice. Nearly caught the Flyers with too many men on the ice there by the bench. And nearly a turnover in their own zone, but Brandenburg able to come away with it. And we get an icing. This one's going to go against Indiana. So the puck will come back down in front of the net of Sammy Billis. Sullivan Clark will take the draw for the Flyers. As they control it, a shot from the blue line, sent in, rebound right in front of Billis, but it was knocked out of there by Jack Hawkins. A little bit of a dangerous first shot there by the Flyers. That one backhanded down by Spencer Dillio. And sent up the ice by Zach Hardy. Jeremy sends a centering pass over. DiLorenzo's got it on his stick now. Now Hardy on the near side, sends one towards the net, blocked away. Another shot sent in by Hawkins. And now the puck finds itself in the far corner. That one shoveled up and off of the rafters for the first time today with 17:08 remaining in the first.
Well, Garrett, if you're Coach Weiss, only 3 minutes into this game, you're off to a great start so far. They've gotten the puck on their stick. They've had possession, they've had zone time. They're starting to get pucks to the net. And little by little, they're already starting to inch closer to that first goal.
Well, it's not hockey news, Goose, but Luka Doncic officially scored 73 points in tonight's Dallas Mavericks game, a victory over the Hawks. That's the most points scored in an NBA game since Kobe's 81.
That's quite a lot.
Devin Booker had 60-something today, but the Pacers still won the game. And there's a goal right off the bat. Indiana jumps out in front quickly. It looked like that was a bouncing puck out in front, and it found its way past Tavian Parks.
That's germs.
Will Jeremy gets back in the scoring column and puts the Hoosiers up front early. You were talking about how maybe all the points being scored in basketball now is going to translate to this hockey game today, and it's off to a fast start. 1-0 Indiana crowd getting into the game early. It's a packed house here at the Frank. Big hit in the neutral zone is hitting the deck there for Dayton. Was, I believe, Michael Migone. Somehow there's always a jersey number that we don't have.
Always seems to happen.
I had to go off the ACHA website to get Dayton's roster, so that could have something to do with it. That one slapped in and gloved down by Billis, but he's going to play the puck, and Semino laid a big hit at center ice as he let that one go.
And once again, our mysterious number 19, 2 big hits there taken by Semino.
That shot sent on and blockered away, and it hits up off near the disco ball. Dangerous territory over there.
We are, once again, we said off to a good start. They got that first goal we were just talking about, but once again, you got to keep bringing that pressure on, get another goal after that, and just take the life out of Dayton early here.
Indiana wins the draw. Slavin's got it. 18 against 18 there, as that is Michael Migone, and that one gloved down by Tavian Parks off the wrister from Will Kicker from the blue line.
Tavian Parks, just a college freshman. He grew up not too far from my neck of the woods.
Lots of Ohio natives on this Dayton team, as expected. Also a lot of people from Illinois, similar to Indiana. Kicker brings that one down near the blue line, backhanded in by Nick Castracane. Dayton just unable to maintain possession of any kind, as finally they get it into the offensive zone here. A near shot opportunity was poked out of there. Looked like that was Kicker getting back on the back check. Now Castracane swoops in, weaving through defenders, but unable to get a shot off. And now here comes Dayton the other way. That one flung in by Kevin Bora as he will head to the bench for a change. Now swooping down the near side and taking it over is Brett Smith. Looks like he got a shot on goal that was blocked away by Billis. This one's going to go all the way down. They wave off the icing, so Dayton will play it with Aiden Ward. Hardy had control momentarily, but now Dayton's got it in the offensive zone. Rings that one down low to the near side. Crashing in on the puck there was 44 for Dayton, which we also don't have. Love that. We have a 46, a 47, and a 48. Big hit on the near side. Now coming out with it is Davis Yeagers. That shot by McClure hits traffic out in front. Battle for the rebound of Brandenburg, now kicked by Leo Warner down low to the near side. This puck's flying all over the place.
Almost compared to a basketball game, Garrett. It's not a puck out there. It's bouncing around like a ball.
Bouncing puck into the far corner, as you mentioned, and Dayton unable to get it out of the zone. And this puck finds the Flyers bench.
A little surprising to see the puck bouncing so much here tonight, too, is the building's pretty cold. We noticed that earlier, saying how cold it was. I know it's technically the peak of winter, but it's been about 50 degrees this whole week here in Bloomington. It's warmed up from last week, and normally when it's warmer inside the building, the puck starts to bounce around a little more, but it's nice and cold in here tonight, so I'm a little surprised to see the puck bouncing so much.
McClure takes a big hit as he was trying to glove that puck down to himself, and now here come the Flyers through the neutral zone, but quickly McClure able to gain possession back. Jeremy dumps it in as Chambers chasing after it. Now DiLorenzo hunts the puck down. DiLorenzo looking for a centering pass. He dekes in, a backhand shot just over the net. And taken in behind, now on the near side. Kicker looked like he got the blade dangerously close to the skate of Thomas Sieve right there.
From my angle, I definitely thought that was a clean play. I thought that was puck first, but
Kicker takes a hit right next to us, and this is going to be an icing against Indiana.
hey, a number we have, the hit by Liam McClemens, number 20 for the Flyers.
Nick Castracane will come into the game for Indiana. He sends that one near the blue line and kept in by the Flyers as Declan Plus was right there. Hawkins sends it over to Zach Hardy now. Now racing in with possession is Ian Smith for Indiana. Nearing the halfway point of the first period, 11:44 left. Big hit by Semino, a reverse hit as he dumped that one down low. Now Hawkins has it at center ice. We've already seen Sim put a couple bodies on the deck in this one.
Yes, he has.
Almost got
Tried
another.
yes. Sim's the one-man wrecking crew out there.
You just come to expect it when he lowers that shoulder and gets ready to hit someone. You know what's coming.
Yeah, big, strong kid. Sometimes you never know what kind of muscles under the guy you're going against with all the pads on, but Sim's one of those guys that can always surprise you.
That one dumped in as Dayton gets a half change, and now the puck flutters towards center. McClure sends that one into a couple bodies in behind the net of Billis. So now it's taken in by Castracane. And this play is going to be whistled offside with 10:29 remaining in the first now. Ryan Costin gets possession and dumps it down back to Leo Warner. Looks like a couple players might have left a little early on that face-off, but we play on. Now behind the net, it's taken in there by the D-man Brett Smith. Bouncing puck out in front, nearly put home by Castracane. I think the puck has been rolling end over end more than it's been flat this game.
Yeah, it's something weird. I don't know what to say.
Every time a player makes a pass, it's just rolling and rolling. Now Kicker's got it. Backhands that one down low. Stretch pass knocked away by Ryan Burke there, and now here come the Hoosiers. Centering pass, Slavin. Background, rebound, score! Patrick Brandenburg on the rebound, backhands it home. And 9:30 remaining in the first. Indiana jumps out to a 2-0 lead.
Garrett, that right there was a great 2-on-2 right there. The Hoosiers attacking. Brandenburg and Slavin come in. Brandy tried a little backdoor pass there. A rebound, Slavin gave it right back, and next thing you know, Brandenburg top left.
Well, we've already seen a few instances where rebounds have crept out in front of Tavian Parks, and Brandenburg was home to put that one away. Halfway through the first period, it's 2-0 Indiana as Ryan Burke rips a wrister, and that one goes wide. taken in by Will kicker. Ryan Burke had a heck of a game in Indiana's last contest against Michigan with his fan club.
He sure did.
In attendance.
Yeah, had a beautiful goal. Absolute snipe top left. A lot of energy.
Patrick Brandenburg will take the draw, the man who just scored Indiana's second goal. And Marich sends that one down. Rachko Marich will head to the bench, and now it's dumped down by Ryan Burke. Now a shot by Hardy, tipped out in front. Davis Yeagers was down there as he's clearing bodies out of the crease. Hardy a shot. That one goes wide left. Puck dumped in and taken by Zach Hardy once again. He'll send it back down to his D partner, Jack Hawkins, As Indiana gets a couple fresh skaters on the ice. Hawkins takes a hit. And the Flyer is able to gain the zone. It looks like there's a wet spot near the Indiana bench.
Yeah,
I don't know if you can see that.
Doors. I do see it.
Centering pass by Jeremy gets knocked away, and I mean, it's sticking out pretty clearly. We might see some slipping and falling in that area. We saw the puck bouncing a little awkwardly.
I saw McClure about the second shift of the game take a trip over there, but there hasn't been too much action over there yet.
DiLorenzo backhands to Hardy at the blue line. Now it's dumped back down. That puck gets over everybody's head. Hardy racing after it. And the Hoosiers again dominating possession time in this one early on. Backhander finds DiLorenzo. That puck gets blocked right out in front. 7:25 remaining in period number 1.
Here, a little shout out to Ethan DiLorenzo too. Notched his 100th point as an Indiana Hoosier last weekend, so congrats to D'Lo for that. Big milestone in his career.
We've seen a few big milestones this season with Jeremy and DiLorenzo, guys like that who've been in the program for a while. That was a spectacular sophomore class. Guys like Michele Timmons in there as well, and a lot of those guys didn't get to play hockey here at IU their freshman year. Well, I guess that would be the senior class, so they were freshmen, but Billis was in that senior class, who had to wait a year to get in the action, but Indiana controls possession at center. Now Leo Warner's got it. Sends one over to McClure. Here comes Rosenberg. Michele, cross-ice pass, shot, they score! Aiden Semino off a beautiful feed from Drew Michele. And Indiana's put up a 3 spot in the first.
What a tic-tac-toe play right there. Rosie carried in right across the blue line. Left the pass for Michele. I even took the bait, thought he was gonna take the shot, and slid it to his roommate on the back door. Sim, top shelf, 3-0.
So Aiden Semino's laying checks and putting Geno's up on the board as it's now 3-0 Hoosiers. Still 6.5 minutes to go in this first period.
Yeah, when I said take the life out of the building, the Hoosiers are on track right now.
They're putting up Luka Doncic numbers so far in this one. If they could get another goal or two in the first, then they'd really be on their way to something. Michele dumps that one in as he will head to the bench. Now here come the Flyers up the near side. Puck dumped in by Liam McClemens as he takes a hit. Now McClemens chasing after it again on the far boards. Here comes Ryan Costin. Takes a couple checks. Now Slavin battling for it down low. That puck hits off the boards right next to us and goes all the way down for an icing call against the Flyers. Goose, they just can't seem to maintain possession of the puck whenever they get it.
Yeah, and when they get it, they're coming into the zone staggered without numbers. They're coming in with one or two, maybe two guys at max.
Well, their guys are getting gassed because
Absolutely.
they have
They're
to.
trapped in their own end.
Exactly. They got to change every time they get the puck.
I mean, a good forecheck by the Hoosiers too, but playing physical too. Just been wearing Dayton down. Still a ton of game left to play.
Well, Dayton's coach Brandon Moravec has quite the get up on the bench. He looks like he's wearing a plaid sport coat.
Yeah, it looks pretty sharp.
I think I'd add that one to the wardrobe personally.
If I could too, I would definitely take one of what he's got.
It's hard to beat yours though.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Goose getting compliments everywhere we go.
My lucky crimson suit.
Indiana's got it on the near side, down in the corner. Castricane loses that one. Puck finds its way through the rafters, but it's on net, so Billis will play it out. Now here comes Burke up the near side. Puts on the brakes with 4:15 to go.
What a cycle right there.
Now Burke's got it down low. Big hit in the near corner put in by Davis Yeagers. He's another guy who just likes throwing bodies around whenever he gets the chance. Michelle's got it again. A wraparound, that was actually Paul McClure, number 13. And a big hit on the near side right next to us on the captain, Kevin Bora, as he will head to the bench.
Dayton native.
Carrying through the neutral zone and backhanding that one down is Aiden Ward. Now Marich sends one up. And he tries to play that one to himself as he skates in the zone. Kicker gets that one down low, plays it over to Marich. That pass just out of reach of Chambers. .245 remaining in the first period, 3-0 Indiana. Dayton with a 2-on-2 the other way. Marich does a nice job taking that one and then dumps it into the neutral zone. Indiana can get a change. Jeremy toe drags and he gets hit from behind as he hits the ice hard. Now coming through for Dayton on the other end is Thomas Sieve. Puck gets caught behind the net. Now in the far corner, Sebastian Altoff's got it. And DiLorenzo could have a breakaway if he gets out in front here. He's got Jeremy with him. DiLorenzo dekes, he shoots off the glove of Parks. That one dumped down by Jack Hawkins. And another icing gonna go against Dayton here. They just haven't been able to do anything with the puck. .156 remaining in the first period. Warner sends that one to the far corner, taken in by Ian Smith. And this one's going to be a hand pass. So with 1:47 to go, we'll line it up again. Aiden Semino in the dot for Indiana. Off the draw, a shot taken by Rosenberg gets deflected out of play, so that didn't take very long. Probably only a second or two ran off the clock. Clock running down as Rosenberg has it on the far side. Dayton able to get a takeaway, but the Hoosiers quickly get it right back. Big hit out there on Ian Smith. Now a centering pass down low. Rosenberg's got it. Backhand shot right into the chest of Parks. And he stops that one with 1:12 remaining.
Well, Garrett, even when it looks like Dayton's about to turn up ice, the Hoosiers seem to get the last guy still there on the blue line. One stick makes that last save, and they still keep it in the zone. And once again, another good opportunity there. Rosenberg, a wicked backhanded shot. That's a nice save there by Parks.
Slavin off the draw, shoots one again right into the glove of Parks, and these faceoffs are taking 1 or 2 seconds before we get another whistle. Now Marich has it at the blue line, sends it down low. Slavin gets pushed off the puck, and a battle ensues in the far corner. Slavin comes out with it. Michelle's down there. Kicker able to keep it in as Marich stabs at the puck and sends it down low to Michelle. Michelle, a shot, save made on the play by Parks as he's able to cover the near post. 37 seconds remaining in the first now. Now carrying into the zone is Thomas Rutherford. Rutherford leaves one off. A backhander saved by Billis as he came out of the crease, sliding to make that one with 20 seconds left. Bodies out in front of the net. That one blocked and cleared out of there by Marich. Now 7 seconds remaining. Slavin a shot. That one paddled away, and that will do it for the first period of play. Time comes to a stop. Indiana with a 3-0 lead. Goose, that first period went about as well as you could expect.
No, you're absolutely right, Garrett. And talk about the game plan coming into it. That right there was executed perfectly. They got on top early. They brought the energy from the stands out onto the ice, put a few goals away, and come into the room with a 3-0 lead. That's a great start right there.
Everybody's feeling good here at the Frank. We've got 40 more minutes of regulation play left in this one. We'll be right back on the Indiana Hockey Broadcast Network.
Welcome back to the Indiana Hockey Broadcast Network. We're here through 20 minutes here at the Frank Southern Ice Arena, where your Indiana Hoosiers lead the game 3-0 against the Dayton Flyers. The scoring got off to an early start here with Will Jeremy was the first one on the board, leading point scorer for the Indiana Hockey Club this year, and he was able to score on a pretty quick goal coming into the first period. You could sense the goal was coming. A lot of shots were coming from the Hoosiers. They were winning the offensive face-off battle, so it was only a matter of time before they got their first goal on the board, and they did so just then. After that first goal, you could really tell the crowd is getting into it. We have a packed crowd here at the Frank Southern Ice Arena. As once mentioned before, for Hockey for Hunger, we've got a full crowd. Jaegers and Simenow were able to lay some hits onto the Flyers, and they were able to set the intensity early, and that helped the Hoosiers rally up and get some more goals on the board. Luke Slavin, that is for the Indiana Hoosiers, had a nice shot opportunity that got ripped off against the goaltender for the Dayton Flyers, and the rebound opportunity was then found by Brandenburg. He capitalized on the opportunity, which is something that the Hoosiers really needed. We saw the goals coming, and at least they were able to put them on to the board. Shortly after, we saw Drew Michelli have a nice backdoor pass where he found Aiden Simenow, again, one of the top scorers for this Indiana Hockey Club, and that put the Hoosiers up 3-0 just about halfway through the period, and they never looked back. There were no more goals scored for the Indiana Hoosiers during the period. However, the offensive pressure did not slow down. The time of possession for the Hoosiers was pretty skewed in their favor. The Dayton Flyers did not have a lot of offensive time, and when they did find the puck in their possession, they just seemed to have careless dump-offs. They didn't seem to hold the puck into their offensive zone, and the Hoosiers were usually coming up with those pucks. Towards the end of the period, we saw Drew Michelli and Ben Rosenberg have a couple of good, solid opportunities. However, they did not find their way past Tavian Parks. He held his own towards the end of the period, and even though he had a rocky start, the club was able to pick up and fire on that. For the keys for the Indiana Hoosiers, there's not a lot of keys for them as they've already been quite successful here tonight, but the Hoosiers need to stay consistent and stay aggressive. We talked in the pregame show about how they need to keep their foot on the gas pedal and not slow down. They slowed down a little bit in the second game against Michigan, and hopefully they'll continue firing here tonight and see how much they can really tally against a team that they know they are better than. Additionally, they need to eliminate risky passes. They were quite flawless in the first period, but we want to eliminate any mistakes that we can because the Dayton Flyers are going to be looking for any opportunity and any mishap that they can capitalize coming into the second and third period. As for Dayton, we've got hold onto the puck. As we mentioned, they're a little bit careless with their dump-offs, not really having solid looks into the offensive zone, and the Hoosiers seem to put a body on them before they can find the puck. Look for them to find some better and cleaner passes, and in regards to that, look back to the offensive face-off battles for them. They haven't been a great face-off team statistically this year, and they've shown that as well tonight against the Hoosiers. To beat the Hoosiers, you need to win your offensive face-off battles and be able to get quick shots ripped off the net. Again, the Hoosiers are quite phenomenal when it comes to the face-off battle, so if the Dayton Flyers need to get back in this game, the face-off battle is where they need to start. Tavian Parks has had quite a lot to handle throughout this first period. He did let up 3 quite early on, but he's held his own towards the end of the period. Look for him to stay solid and not give up any more through this second period if the Dayton Flyers want to have a chance. We'll be back in a few minutes with Garrett Goose for the puck shop of the second period.
Period number 2 set to get underway. Garrett Drake alongside Andrew Gus, and Indiana tallying 3 goals in the first frame. And they have a 3-0 lead. Hoosiers looking for 2 big wins, conference wins to add to their resume. Losing his stick on the play was DiLorenzo as he hunts that one down. Now a pass sent in on the near side, down low by Thomas Seed for the Flyers. Now here comes Indiana the other way. Jeremy's got a 2-on-1 with DiLorenzo. He shoots, and puck still loose. Looked like whacking it out of there with his stick was Tavian Parks.
Garrett, a close call there. That puck was right there on the back doorstep.
Now behind the net, it's taken in by Thomas Seeve. Hawkins backhands that down low. Swerving a hit there and gaining the offensive zone for Dayton. Over a minute into the second frame as Hardy banks a pass over to Simoneau. And this is going to be an icing against Dayton, but Goose, with the way this season's played out, it's really been amazing for me. This is my 3rd year with the program, and they've taken a step forward every single year. And right now they're number 2 in the region, looking for a first round, or not a first round, but a regional bye, which would help out big in terms of fatigue, because we know how grueling those regional tournaments are. We were there at the St. James last year.
We were.
Indiana's won regionals the past 2 seasons, but you got to play a lot of games. And Dayton able to get on the board there as they get a 2-on-1 the other way, and Thomas Rutherford puts it home.
Garrett, that right there points to one of the problems we saw in that first weekend versus Miami. The odd man rushes, and the Hoosiers got a little excited there in the offensive zone. The defense were not back, and a 3-on-1 the other way.
They had to interrupt my monologue.
They did.
The first time they really got an opportunity all game, and it was when I was talking about how good the rise of the Hoosiers has been. But I mean, you can see it all around how much notoriety this team has gained on campus, and it's great to see the Frank packed like this.
Yeah, it really is. It's one of my first times being here at the Frank. It was not too packed at all, and now seeing this place filled with people standing at every inch of the glass in the outside perimeter of the rink, it's pretty nuts to see, and it's great to see all these students, families, friends, and just Bloomington people in general coming to cheer on the boys of Bloomington.
Tavian Parks covers that loose puck in the blue paint with 18:05 remaining. And another thing, when I got here and started telling people I was doing stuff with the hockey team, the most common response would be, we have a hockey team here?
Yeah, and I don't think that's the case anymore.
No, that narrative has definitely changed. Credit to Coach Weiss and the guys as Billis makes a save there. Kicker backhands that one up, stick down by Slavin. He's going to win the race to the puck. Slavin backhands one over. Knocked away momentarily, but Indiana able to get it back. Slavin in the corner. Sends one up, Paul McClure. McClure a shot, deflected in, into the net. Looked like it hit up high over the glass. .17:33 left in the second frame. That shot saved and knocked away by Tavian Parks. Billis makes the save on that one into the near corner. And Goose, when I was researching Dayton, I had to go off the ACHA website, but it said they'd only played 16 games up to this point, and Indiana's well over that mark. But it seems like a lot of their games were against strictly TSCHL opponents as well, not doing a lot of non-conference testing the waters, but you know what you're going to get when you strap them up in the tee. And
yeah, you do.
Dayton's been having to see a lot of it.
And the fun thing about the tee is any game is up for grabs, and no matter what team, what rank, where you're playing, every game's a good game for the most part. You don't see too many big blowouts.
I believe on Twitter I saw they had 9 teams in the top 20 in the Southeast, so
that's quite an impressive stat right there.
DiLorenzo lays a big hit and another one by Hawkins. As Hardy chases that puck down in his own zone and going into the Dayton bench. My goodness. Davis Yeagers just got flipped into the Dayton bench. That's something you don't see every day.
It's not. We'll likely see a big response here from the Hoosiers. Another big hit the other way.
And this play is going to be offsides. Or did they call an icing?
I believe it was icing.
And the crowd is buzzing after that one. You can hear the whispers and chatter going around everywhere.
Davis is a big kid. He's about 6 foot, 210 pounds. And he's a hard guy to flip into your own bench, so that's definitely going to give Dayton some momentum right there. We'll see if the Hoosiers can take that right back.
DiLorenzo a shot. Loose puck is grabbed and covered by Tavian Parks. So far in this game, Parks has had success grabbing those loose pucks when they're kind of slow rollers in front of the crease on rebounds, but the ones that hit off his pad and are up for grabs, Indiana's been able to capitalize on. Shot off the draw taken by Jack Hawkins, saved by Parks. And that puck's going to go all the way down to the Indiana end. Hawkins lays a big hit right behind the net. Now a puck out loose in center. Billis makes the save, and Will Jeremy's going to try to take it up himself. He's got DiLorenzo with him. Jeremy all the way in, backhand save. But the puck finds its way right back to him.
One-man show out there.
Jeremy centers one. DiLorenzo cross pass. Now loose in front of the crease, nearly poked home by Rosenberg. Now Marich has it. DiLorenzo gets tripped up. Rosenberg a shot. That one zings past the far post. And D'Lo's got it again. Now it's poked away by John Yasenyak, and he loses the race to that puck as Kicker is there for reinforcements. Kicker a shot, and it's grabbed and collected by Tavian Parks.
Garrett, the energy's definitely ramped up here in this building tonight. Dayton getting that goal there and that big hit has really changed their momentum, and they're right back in it now. Only a 2-goal game with 14:20 still left to go.
Well, on the season, Parks gives up over 4 goals a game, and Indiana was able to get 3 in the first, but so far he's been able to stand on his head in the second. Seems like the Flyers have had a little bit more possession time, been able to get the puck out of their own zone without exhausting their energy. Dayton takes control of that one. Now on the near side, it's dumped down and chased after by Spencer Dillio. Now on the far side, Bora lost it. Now Ian Smith chasing after in the far corner. Rosenberg backhands one over, taken in by McClure. And Billis will just hold on to that one with 13:25 left.
I think the crowd needs a little more energy here to get the boys going again.
Ryan Costin dumps that one down. Slavin chasing after. The only scoring of the period belongs to the Flyers. This one rung around by Jack Hawkins, now taken in behind their own net by Dayton. Now a shot fanned on. Now Billis paddles that one away. That was Ted Stuber. Native of Kettering, Ohio.
That's where we'll be tomorrow at the Kettering Ice Center.
Game, I believe, at 6 o'clock Eastern time, 6:15 maybe.
Same two teams.
Marich kicks that one over, taken in by Zach Hardy. Man, that looked like it was close to too many men, didn't it?
Yeah, it was very close.
Looked like the puck might have made contact with the Flyer that was climbing over the bench. Marich, stretch pass, he connects on the far side with Ryan Burke. Burke gets in, that shot deflected away behind the net. And Marich holds the zone. He flings one wide of the net. Brandenburg sends one over. Pass knocked out of there, and Drew Michelli will have to retreat as the Hoosiers try to set something up. Marich sends it over to Kicker. Will Kicker just dumps that one in as Indiana gets a couple players off the ice, and the save is collected by Tavian Parks. Puck stabbed at on the near side, kept in at the blue line momentarily, but it bounces away from Chambers. And Indiana gets onside. McClure shot, that one blocked right out in front. Jeremy just flings that one to the far corner. DiLorenzo centers a shot, save. Jeremy was there for the one-timer, but Parks able to knock it away. That looked like another golden setup from DiLorenzo to Jeremy. Those two have connected for quite a few goals in their time.
Yes, they have.
Whether it's scoring or assisting.
A lot of those times the assists come from each other too. They always know where they're at. They've got that kind of relationship.
We're now halfway through the second as there's 10 minutes left, and this play is going to get whistled offside. Now some pushing and shoving after the whistle. DiLorenzo got tangled up with somebody down there. That puck deflects off a couple things.
Nice catch right there.
Players and the boards, and it was snagged on the Flyer bench. That one grabbed behind the net and left off for Rosenberg. Here comes Rosie into the zone. He digs back. What a save made. Rebound loose. And it's in between the legs of Parks, and he's able to corral it.
Wow.
My goodness.
Man, oh man, Garrett. That was quite a rush right there. A beautiful touch pass. Connected up to Rosie. Put on the Jets. I'm surprised that didn't go in. A great effort there from the Hoosiers, but a greater effort there from Parks. Making the save there. Standing on his head for his team.
Well, we've seen him make some acrobatic saves in this one, and Indiana got 3 quick goals in the first, but since then he's looked pretty solid. Hoosiers have had a couple opportunities they couldn't capitalize on. That shot blocked by Hardy, and it looks like he's feeling it. Skating on one leg, trying to get to the bench, and it's whistled off sides. And it looks like Hardy's going to go to the locker room.
That's a stinger right there.
Maybe he just needed
probably be back in a minute
some
or two,
space
yeah.
to walk
Absolutely.
around. Castricane over to Marich. Now kicker flings one towards the net, and it's grabbed with the glove by Parks. I tell you what, Tavian Parks, despite giving up 3 goals, he's going to be racking up the save totals in this one.
There's been a ton of shots from the Hoosiers. Had a ton of saves too. But he's been pretty good so far. He's been about the last 20 minutes clean from any goals.
He averages over 31 saves a game, and he's well on his way to meeting that tonight.
Yeah, he might already be there.
Dayton, a team that gives up a lot of shots. Ryan Costin sent that puck off the blocker of Parks. That'll be another save. And then Costin lays a check. Slavin carrying on the backhand. Leaves it up for Marich. Cross ice, McClure a shot. Another one goes wide. McClure gets taken down on the near side, but Slavin able to grab the puck for the Hoosiers. Now it's on the stick of Rachko Marich. Here comes Castricane. Expect some dangles here. He tried kicking it over, and Dayton able to put a halt to that attack as Migon rather, sends that one down.
And yes, Hardy's back in the bench. And he's all good.
Jeremy takes a big hit on the, actually that was Leo Warner down there. Brandenburg centers one. No Hoosier able to get their stick on it, and the Flyers work the other way. Carrying into the zone is Brett Jones. He lets a shot saved by Billis. Another save by Sammy as Jones got a couple shots on net there. Loose puck out in front, and Dayton puts it home, and guess who? It's Brett Jones. He had 2 shots on the previous sequence on that side, and he was standing right there to gobble up the rebound.
Yeah, unmarked in the back door right there.
And just like that, it's 3-2 after things were looking so good for this Hoosier team back in the first. Now carrying in on the far side, a pass over, and Dayton nearly able to tie the game right there as that shot went wide of the net. Fanning on that one was Sullivan Clark. And now Jeremy carries in. He shoots one, gobbled up by Tavian Parks as the rebound was loose momentarily, and DiLorenzo gets sent down. That's going to be a penalty on the retaliation, it appears. I think the Hoosiers might get a power play out of this.
I have a feeling they're going to take them both.
The arm didn't go up until the second hit. But it looks like both guys might be going, like you said.
The officials got 4-on-4 right here. So that's likely what we'll see unless they change their mind, but he signaled to both benches a 4.
DiLorenzo still has not made his way to the box.
We'll see if he gets escorted over in a second.
They're going to have to drag him over there.
Warrant for D'Lo, penalty box, 2 minutes.
And you know he's going to try to talk his way out of it.
Yeah.
On his way over, so it will be a 4-on-4.
He's got the right hand out of the glove too, trying to plead his case, but they're going to take him because he would have never been hit had he not made that first initial cross check right there. Our first penalties of the game, but 4-on-4, so still even strength.
Indiana controls the draw, and it's taken in by Rosenberg. Now Semino's got it at the blue line. More space for both teams to go to work now. Rosenberg carries in, swoops around, a wrap attempt, blocked away by Parks. And Warner goes flying into the boards by the Indiana bench, but fortunately, Paul McClure was there. Now here comes Paul. He fans on the pass, and now a board battle ensues. Rosenberg is down there with him with a couple of flyers. Ted Stuber, the main man, as McClure gets ripped down. Nothing going on there.
Crowd thought a fight was about to break out.
Allegedly.
Here comes another fast break for the Dayton Flyers.
It's a 2-on-1 the other way for Dayton. A shot goes past the net as Billis was out trying to make the save, but it wasn't on target. Now a 3-on-2 for Indiana. Rosenberg tried to find Warner down low, but it was a bouncing puck again. The Biscuits bouncing around tonight. 30 seconds left of 4-on-4 action as that one's rung around by Aiden Ward. 4:40 left in the period. Chambers gets pushed off the puck there. Now he's got it again. Hawkins gets that one through, but it's saved by Parks as he kicks it away. And we're now back to 5-on-5. And this is going to be no icing on the play as kicker backhands it up forward towards the blue line. Chambers lays a hit. Hawkins tried to find Jeremy, but this one will be icing with 3:53 remaining. Indiana just hasn't been able to find any chances in the second period.
It's been a much different period for both teams, Garrett.
And it's setting up for a heck of a third if things stay on this track. That puck goes into the netting, and we get a whistle with 3:47. Marich slaps at it. And Indiana able to gain control with Slavin down there. Hardy down low finds Castracane. Indiana able to stay on as Marich gets pushed off the puck. And now here comes Dayton the other way. That shot blocked away by Billis, and on the near side, Slavin unable to catch up to it. But now he does behind the net. Marich carries to the near dot. Tried to find Castracane down low, but nothing going on. Marich takes a big hit in the corner, but he gets up. And now it's carried over by Spencer Dillio. Dillio has a shot blocked with 2:30 left.
Zach Hardy.
He's going to be hurting tomorrow. Brandenburg carries in. He shoots one over the net. And it's grabbed on the far side by Brett Smith. .210 remaining in period number 2 from the Frank. That one bounces over the blue line as Warner unable to grab it. And now Brandenburg carries in. Numbers for the Hoosiers. Yeager's a shot, goes wide of the far post. He had a good look at the net there. And then he lays a huge hit. Davis laying the lumber.
That's a big hit right there.
And a battle in the corner with 1:30 left. That shot blocked in traffic. Now another one sent in and saved by Billis. Brett Jones was the goal scorer for Dayton earlier in the period, and now some pushing going on after the whistle again. And a bit of a flop there by the Flyers. I think everybody in the arena would agree with that.
Yeah. You get your skates sharpened.
So 1:20 remaining, 3-2 is our score. Chambers gets sent to the deck. Looks like he wanted something there. And now here comes Jeremy. He's got Chambers with him. Nice defensive play made by the Flyers to not let Indiana get a shot. That one rung around to the near side as Chambers chases after it. He gets smashed into the boards with 45 seconds left. Now Jeremy centers one, knocked away. On the far side, Zach Hardy's got it. Chambers sends that one all the way around. Bouncing puck goes to the far corner with 5 seconds left. And Dayton will just dump it in. That's going to do it for period number 2. Indiana won the first period 3-0, but the Flyers answer with a 2-0 second period, and the Hoosiers leading by 1 as we head to the third. And Goose and I will have the third period in just a few, but before that, Owen McDonough will be on the mic for the intermission report. We'll be back with that in just a couple minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back to the Indiana Hockey Broadcast Network. We're here through two periods, and the Indiana Hoosiers still lead the Dayton Flyers 3-2 this time, rather than 3-0 that we saw after the first 20 minutes. A little bit of a different pace that we saw coming into this period. We thought it was going to be more in the Hoosiers' favor, but the Flyers were able to retaliate and get two of their own here in the second period. Started off with Thomas Rutherford, who we mentioned in the pregame. He was able to get loose, as we mentioned, the Hoosiers, the only way they were going to give up goals here tonight was if they gave up loose pucks and gave a lot of the giveaways away. They did just that, and Sammy Bayless let one up quite early on in the second period, just a minute and a half in for a little bit of a crowd silencer here from the Dayton Flyers. Not too far after, there were hits coming from both sides here. The intensity picked up. The Flyers picked up a little bit of momentum that they didn't have throughout the first period, and they even sent one of the Hoosiers' biggest hitters, Davis Yeagers, into their own bench, flipped over and tumbled, and that rallied him up for at least a few more minutes after that. Ben Rosenberg and Aiden Siminow and the other forwards for the squad had an opportunity here about 10 minutes into the second period, but unfortunately they weren't able to capitalize. There were a few good looks during this period for the Hoosiers, but none of them were able to find the back of the net. Just not too long after that, Brett Jones for the Flyers was able to put one past Billis as well on another one of these giveaways that the Hoosiers were trying to eliminate coming into this game. The deficit was closed just to a one-goal lead now for the Hoosiers, and after that, they've had to pick up some of the momentum, otherwise the game was going to get slippery. The physicality was high, and we've only had 2 penalties here tonight, even though the intensity and the hits have been massive. The refs have kind of been letting them play, and those 2 penalties came at the exact same time. So we were 4-on-4 for a little bit, but both sides have not had a man advantage here tonight through 40 minutes. In terms of the keys, we said it after the first period, and we're going to say it again. For the Indiana Hoosiers, they have to limit their giveaways. The only way they're giving up goals here tonight and that past weekend, and basically the entire season, is when they make mistakes and they do their own mishaps. It comes down to them making the right plays and not giving up any careless mistakes for them to be able to have a good chance in this one, and not let this lead slip away from them as it has been through these 40 minutes. Again, stay out of the penalty box. They haven't been a man down here tonight, and as we mentioned in the pregame, the Dayton Flyers had 6 power play goals in their game last Saturday. The Hoosiers really need to eliminate their hits. They don't need to really focus on the physicality. We know they have the physicality to keep up with the Dayton Flyers, but they need to focus on getting more goals. Extend the lead and try and see what they can put up on the team that they know they're better than. Also, set up in formation and be patient. They've been shooting a lot. They've had 30-plus shots there through 30 minutes, and that is the key to success most of the time. But I'd like to see some better opportunities, some more wide-open looks, left wing, right wing, open looks, instead of just carelessly flying it into the zone. As for Dayton, we've got cherry pick. Their first 2 goals came on a breakaway, and I expect the same to come if they have any more here tonight. They've got to keep somebody at least near mid-ice or towards the deep blue line, have somebody open where the Hoosiers really aren't expecting them. They aren't the fastest team, but if they want to be able to have an offensive face-off chance or an offensive draw chance, they need to be able to get past the Hoosiers when they're not looking for it. Again, also stay physical. We said the Hoosiers aren't going to be too physical because they need to focus on scoring here in this third period, but additionally, the Dayton Flyers need to keep the physicality on their side. If they let the Hoosiers play all the hits, they're going to lose all their momentum, and they're going to have this crowd firing up in the wrong way. We'll be back in a little bit for this intense third period, and hopefully the Hoosiers will come out on this one victorious. We'll be back with Garrett and Goose in just a few minutes.
And period number 3 underway here as we're just over 10 seconds in. Indiana chasing that puck deep in the Dayton zone. DiLorenzo down there. Centering pass just missed Chambers. And now it's taken over. DiLorenzo leaves it off Jeremy a shot. That one blocked away. Approaching 1 minute played in this third period. It's still 3-2. That one sent in from center ice behind Billis. Now Zach Hardy's got it. That shot sent in from the point. Rebound opportunity out in front. Billis able to save it. And now here comes Ian Smith. Rosenberg, fans on that one. And now it's taken the other way and carried in by Stuber. That pass just missed. Now Rosenberg fighting for it. Now a shot sent in, paddled away. Looked like it might have got deflected by somebody on its way towards the net, and now the puck enters the neutral zone. And this one's going to be offsides. Warner on the near side. Chasing after that one is Castracane. Puck grabbed and flung on over there. Now Michelli. It's actually Paul McClure as it's gloved down and saved by Tavian Parks. Indiana yet to register a goal since the first period. And Parks has really put that frame behind him.
You're right, Garrett. He's really been doing a good job as there's a goal in the first 4 minutes of the game and then another one after that. And next thing you know, his team's down 3-0. And he's kept his head in there the whole time. He's made a few huge saves. And we've got a 3-2 game right now here in the third period. A lot of that goes to him.
That puck deflected up into the netting. 17:06 on the clock. As the officials grab another puck from the scorer's bench. Costin carries into the zone right in front of us. Backhands towards the net, centers one, nobody was there. Now Castracane shoots one and it's into the glove. What a save by Parks, flashing the leather.
A big save there again. Castracane, one of those players you want to leave time and space. Had both of those right there, driving towards the net, trying to go glove side, but another nice save. Although Garrett, he's made a lot of those big saves up top. The Hoosiers start getting some shots down below. His pads have been letting off a few rebounds. Let the pillows get some work. Crash the net.
Indiana going to get an icing in their favor here. And we got a rugby scrum in the far corner, battle for the puck. As it squirts loose on the near side, whacked at by Hardy. Now Hawkins sends one in from the blue line. Paddled away and into the corner it goes. Burke had that one poked away. Yeagers gets dragged down, and it's going to be a delayed call going against the Flyers as Billis heads to the bench. 6-on-5 for Indiana now. And that touch pass gets away. Dayton going to be able to control it. But Indiana will have their first Jimmy John's power play of the night. .43 left in the final period of action. Indiana special teams have been very solid this season. That pass gets away, and some valuable seconds going to tick off the clock, just as I was praising this power play unit. Now DiLorenzo carries in. He's got Jeremy with him, and DiLorenzo shoots one right into the chest. And saved by Parks. DiLorenzo a shot. Rebound opportunity paddled out of there by Parks as he got his stick to it.
That was a crispy draw.
Now in the far side corner, the puck gets smashed against the yellow paint. Semino gets down low, but Dayton able to take it away. Already halfway through the Dayton Flyer penalty. Hoosiers yet to register a shot. Billis sends that one up. Semino leaves it off for DiLorenzo. Nice move by Castricane to get the zone as Jeremy dumps it in. And all the way around, D'Lo's got it. Slavin now on the far side boards trying to find an opening. Moving the puck around, DiLorenzo sends it over. Slavin a shot. That one deflected back out and kept in by DiLorenzo as the power play comes to an end. We're back to even strength. Ryan Burke hesitates. That shot, he had a wide open net, and it looked like a Flyer got his stick on it. Wow. I don't know if you had a better view of that, Goose, but it looked like the net was open.
It was, and you said the hesitation there. Burke had Parks in the butterfly. He tried to go to the middle and give himself a better look at the net right there. And at the last second, a defender was able to get his stick right in the lane, and that puck chipped up and out of play.
Hawkins sends that one down. Again, the puck gets mashed up against the yellow. Ryan Burke sends it over. Unable to keep it in as Hardy as he drags the puck through the neutral zone. Now here comes Burke in the near corner. Dayton gets a full change as they dump that one in. Now Indiana trying to catch him a little off guard. And that puck hits a couple banners on the way through, and We'll get a whistle with 12:40 left.
I have a feeling a goal is coming soon, Garrett. One of these teams is about to strike.
Still a scoreless third period, and Dayton has scored the last 2 goals of the contest after it was 3-0 Indiana. And they got those 3 goals very quickly in the first period. Dayton had a good look at the net there, but Indiana able to get it away. Castricane carries in. Now the D-man, Rajko Maric, will dump it down. That puck deflected away by Billis. Now Leo Warner's got it in the near side corner. Here come the Hoosiers. Costin tried dumping it into Slavin as it looked like it might have hit the official on the way by. Costin not too happy about that as he heads to the bench. Slavin carries on the near side, leaves it off for Warner. Far side, McClure sends one in. Rebound out in front, nobody was there.
And Parks never saw that puck.
Now on the far side, Jeremy's got DiLorenzo with him. Parks able to get that one with the blocker.
Garrett, the last few shots you've seen, low shots with rebounds.
DiLorenzo lurking in right there on the backhand feed by Jeremy, but you mentioned the low shots, Goose. It seems like a lot of them earlier in the game were going right into the chest of Parks. Looking to make some adjustments on that.
You're right, some free saves.
Here comes Jeremy. Sends one in, rebound. DiLorenzo, a shot blocked out in front as a couple Flyers were on their knees, and they score! Will Jeremy puts Indiana back up by 2. Again, it was a rebound. And Jeremy with his second goal of the game.
Absolutely. And there's that goal I was calling.
We talked about how dangerous the pairing of Jeremy and DiLorenzo is, and they caused some havoc right there. And number 29 in black able to put it home.
And a job by him there, using his speed and agility to get up the ice. And that wraparound goal right there, he was able to beat Parks all the way around the net before he slid post to post.
And nearing the halfway point of the third, that's a big goal for
really
Indiana.
Is, Garrett. And it's good for them to see that number 3 change to something else above that. It's been a while since they've seen a goal go up on the board in their name.
I know, we thought we might see a shootout early on in the first. We talked about Luka Doncic scoring 73 points, and the Hoosiers had 3 goals in a matter of a couple minutes. But they get their 4th halfway through the third. Now a centering pass, they score again! It's Simino on a beautiful feed from Ian Smith. And Simino gets goal number 5 for the Hoosiers.
And that's a 3-goal lead, Garrett.
Again, they're scoring in bunches.
A great play there all around by the Hoosiers. A centering pass to connect to Ian Smith. Breaking out with speed out of the zone. Simino joins the play. And a backdoor pass right there. And looks like Dayton's going to call their timeout right now and try to adjust. Energy is back in the building, and it's going for the Cream and Crimson.
5-2 Hoosiers as Dayton uses their timeout. 9:45 left, and this game just took a dramatic swing.
It sure did.
The goal light is still going off by the Indiana net, so Hopefully they can get that deactivated. That might be a bit of a distraction, as I don't think anybody's noticed yet, but
Well, we've noticed it. Nice and shiny over there.
still blinking. 9.5 to go. Indiana gets another shot on net there that's blocked away in the butterfly. Now at center ice, Brandenburg leaves it off for Jaegers. Jaegers tried to bank that one off the back. It looked like a Parks.
Not a bad strategy there.
Finally, they get the goal light turned off. Or maybe the light bulb just burned out. Who knows? Burke dumps that one down as he's chasing after it with Brandenburg. And Goose, we talked about it early in the game when Indiana jumped out of that 3-0 lead. It seems like Dayton just unable to get the puck out of their zone without completely fatiguing their lines. Indiana flipped the switch on them again. Now Slavin on the backhand, shoots one off the glove and the net came off. As we get a whistle, 8:23 left.
Well, they got their 3-goal lead, 8 minutes left to go. We've mentioned this before, the chewing clock method for the Hoosiers is trying to keep in that O-zone. Just keep firing pucks on net and don't let anyone get past you. It's as simple as that. A lot easier said than done, but Dayton's gonna try to get back in this the best they can.
Warner lays a hit at the blue line as Dayton tries to work the puck down, but they give it away to Slavin. Now on the far side, Slavin has that one poked away. Now right next to us, it's carried in by Brett Smith. Billis comes out to make the save. And the Hoosiers come away with it. 2-on-1 the other way, 3-on-1 if they can get out. And Slavin, what a save made by Parks as they tried to go tic-tac-toe. Slavin just shot it into the blocker.
Actually a great save there by Parks. If Slavin was able to elevate that puck about 3 more inches, that would have been in the back of the net, but able to keep his pad there on the ice and make that last save. But once again, Garrett, the Hoosiers coming with numbers. Very good with staggering the puck and getting a good look on net.
That puck sent down and sticked away. Hardy had it. And now he carries back into his own zone. Chambers gets that one through. Now DiLorenzo on the near side. That one blocked out in front. As we approach 7 minutes remaining in regulation, it's 5-2 Indiana. Down the near side. That shot wide and all the way around. Flyers whacking at it all over the place, and now they're caught off sides. Merritt sends that one through to Chambers. Chambers, a shot gets blocked away. Now Jeremy's got it. That one paddled out of play by Parks.
Germ's on hat-trick patrol. He's got 2 in the night so far. He's played a great game so far up to this point. Just 6 minutes left to go here in the third, but he's been all over the puck, lots of energy, and he's really been a momentum builder for this team here tonight.
That pass able to get through as it's gathered in by Kevin Bora, and his shot is deflected up high. 6:28 on the clock. Here comes Rosenberg. He's got Smith with him. Backhand pass just couldn't get through in time. As Dayton gains the zone, but Leo Warner quickly intercepts the puck. Smith lost that one. Now on the near side, this is Ted Stuber for the Flyers. Here comes Slavin now. That pass collected out front as Rosenberg hits the deck. Dayton will take it the other way. And an icing.
Well, this is so possible. What was he thinking there?
You can see a couple Flyers bent over as they head back to their own zone. As Burke just banks that one off the rafters here. They'll get you when you least expect it. Hardy looking for a lane. He shoots that one. Blocked by a couple bodies out in front. Five minutes remaining. It's still 5-2 Indiana. That shot deflected away by Hardy. So we've had one team scoreless in every period of this game so far. As now we get a stretch pass out in front. In on Billis, and he makes the save as a dangerous opportunity by Brett Jones. He almost made me eat my words right there, but Dayton scoreless in the first, Indiana scoreless in the second, and now the Flyers scoreless once again here in the third, as they have 4:42 to try to change that. Now on the far side, Dayton looking to get a shot one-timer, and it looked like Hardy might have blocked that one. Judging by the way he was shaking his hand, I think he might have. Indiana wins the draw. DiLorenzo gets double teamed and hit to the deck there. Now Jeremy's got it. Chambers carries in on the far side. Now Jeremy tried to get it down low to DiLorenzo. 4 minutes remaining now. Chambers down low, he gets hit to the deck. As the Flyers just unable to get the puck out of there. Indiana's got people platooned all around the blue line, ready for the forecheck. And a takeaway as a spinorama attempt by Declan Plouffe gets knocked away. DiLorenzo waiting for the puck right next to us, and he'll have to try to go get it himself. Indiana killing off a lot of time there, already a minute elapsed since the 4-minute mark. Now a shot saved by Billis, rebound squirts out, and chasing after it is Ian Smith. Smith gonna have a shot on goal, he scores! Ian Smith on the breakaway did a great job catching up to that puck, and he puts it past Parks to put Indiana up 6-2 now.
Great effort right there, Garrett.
So 3 in the first period and 3 in the third for the Hoosiers. And just like that, they're up 4 goals, their largest lead of the game.
Right there, Smitty able to use his strength right there, lift a stick, and drive past the defender with the body, outreach that, and a great goal right there.
Kicker dumps that one down. Now Chambers sends it down low to DiLorenzo. 2:15 left in the final period. And what will be a Hoosier victory for certain now, thanks to Ian Smith. That one deflected away. DiLorenzo looking for the pass once again. Nice shot blocked by Indiana there as Dayton tried to get a change in for the final minute and a half. DiLorenzo gets checked right next to us as the Flyers win the race to that one. 1:12 remaining. Now on the far side, that one gets past Semino. Now on the far side, Smith carries in, but it's knocked away. 2-on-1 for the Flyers, but Indiana able to catch up with Semino. Now a shot saved by Billis. Rebound out in front, and it's whacked out of there. 25 seconds remaining. Here comes Smith on the far side again. Smith a shot, and it's in the back of the net. 2 goals in the final minute for Ian Smith, and it's 7-2 Hoosiers. First career multi-goal game for Smitty. And he's racking up the numbers at the end of this one.
He is.
"15 seconds remaining now as it's dumped into the far corner. Castracane lays a check, and now there's pushing going on behind the play, and this could get ugly. And it is. Well, you expect something like that might happen after the way that Dayton was in this game for so long and collapsed at the end. And it's been a physical one as they're still going at it down there. Officials trying to pull them apart.
Well, Garrett, Dayton was not too happy there. It was Poos right off the draw. He was very upset that Germs was having a long discussion with Hardy in the blue line, and they started exchanging cross checks right away. Castracane got right in there with the corner with him, and good little brawl there for the fellas.
And he's going to get an early shower, but he lets the bench know about it as he heads off. I'm guessing they might have been talking a lot based on that hand gesture, but they don't have much to talk about now.
The only thing you'll hope is that Castracane is good to play tomorrow. Another big one.
And now you don't want this to get out of hand with 5 seconds left.
Yeah, you'd think they'd almost just run the time off the clock and call it good, but I don't think that's going to be the case.
No, they'll play it out. So 5 seconds on the clock now as time will run out, and the Hoosiers take game one from the Flyers by a score of 7-2. Dayton made it interesting, Goose, but Indiana able to pull away at the end. We'll have the post-game report coming with Owen McDonough here momentarily, so don't go anywhere. We'll make it quick for you on the Indiana Hockey Broadcast Network.
choke job on the fucking end right there. We'll be here in the future. Like, what the